All right, team, ever wanted a blueprint or a playbook of my day? I always say that you can't take a blueprint, plug it in, and be successful. That might change a little bit today because I'm just going to tell you exactly what I do as a top producing agent to structure my day and absolutely get the most out of it. And it starts with me. And that's probably the biggest thing, especially for moms and single parents out there, is it must start with you. You have to be right in order to show up for your clients, for your family, for the people that you love. And that's where it all begins. So let's get into it. What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook. This is one that's near and dear to my heart. I'm actually doing calendar audits for agents currently that have been going really well. If you're interested in that, book a game plan call with me below in the Calendly link, and I'd be absolutely happy to dive into your calendar and kind of audit it, right? And just make sure that our priorities are all on there and we're getting things done. It's shown a huge productivity jump in the agents that I've helped. So please like, comment, subscribe. If you find this video or podcast helpful, please share the show and leave me a review, leave me a comment, whatever you got to do to help me grow the community. I absolutely am grateful for that. All right, so let's get into it. First things first, morning rituals. My ritual here, yours doesn't have to be exactly the same. I read 10 pages of a nonfiction book. I want to put good things into my brain to start the day. I want to improve, self-improve every single day that I possibly can. It starts with 10 pages of reading. I was that guy that didn't read at all from basically third grade through my college degree. And here I am reading 10 pages of book a day. Absolutely changed the game. Right after that, I head into my exercise routine, usually try and get a 45-minute workout in, whether that's lifting weights in my garage, the Peloton, going on a walk. I will tell you that my favorite part of 75 Hard was absolutely that getting outdoors and the walk. If you're interested in 75 Hard and my journey through that, check out this video right here. We'll link it up there. I have a 3-part video series on all things 75 Hard. After that, what I do is I typically clean up. I got to show up, right? I got to be cleaned up. I got to be on brand. I got to make sure that I'm doing everything I do. I don't wear a bunch of suits, but I got to be clean at least, right? So there's that. And then I head downstairs. I have breakfast with my family. This is super important to me because it is a time that's set every day, no distractions. We do our daily gratitudes as a family, but this is making sure that I'm having at least one meal with my kids, right? My kids are getting older. They're doing a bunch of activities, 5 days a week. We're running them around doing different things. Very few times do all 5 of us sit down together, and breakfast is one of those things. And then we do our gratitudes, which kind of set us off on the right foot. And then after that, I'm ready to go and I'm diving into my work. Next thing is meetings, right? I have a complete meeting madness, right? In the Wolfpack, we have so much value. I'm literally on 7 Zoom calls a week, an hour long. And my goal is to get something valuable out of every single one. And I do. So that's super important. You got to show up. You got to make them a priority. I will tell you that, in our group in the Wolfpack with Mike Sherrard, the agents that are showing up to the Zoom calls, cameras on, fully engaged and not multitasking, which is virtually impossible, are the ones that are absolutely crushing it in the business. So there is something to be said for showing up to these meetings, and they're not that overwhelming if you just book them out in your calendar, right? You make them non-negotiable, you plan around it, just like you will. And then your goal, just take one thing from every meeting that you can implement. One video you can do, one, task you can do, something that you can implement into your business from every single meeting, or, something you can implement in your day. Sometimes it's not all real estate lead generation related. Implement one thing from each of those calls and you'll continue to level up and you will receive the value that is that they're meant to reach. Next is tech. We get so bogged down with all these offers and all these new toys and flashy things. Make sure you have a computer, a cell phone, a CRM, and then make sure any tech you bring in, you're understanding and you're getting trained on and you're implementing, because they all cost money, right? They all cost a little bit of money here and there, and that adds up. So I would say that in this tech age, we're like, oh, we have to have tech, we have to have all this. But if we can just make sure that we are utilizing all the tech we're spending money on, your outcome will become a lot better. So make sure that you're using tech in your daily routine but don't bring too much in, because otherwise we're all spent using this tech, and the tech has to make your life easier, not harder, right? Sure, 2 weeks getting to understand it, getting to use it, whatever. But after that, it needs to take something off your plate and save you more time if it's a adequate tech tool for you to implement. So be careful with that, because that's a hard one. And the next is the calendar. Get a digital one. I fought it for a long time. I had everything in my brain. Then I started, missing things, or, just coming up late to things. And that wasn't acceptable. So I got digital, right? The next thing is add all of your recurring events or tasks. I have to take my daughter to gymnastics. I have to, take the trash out. I have to do all these things. The more stuff you can put on there that's reoccurring, that actually takes up time. Taking out the trash probably is not one you need to put on there. Then you can start to dial in your entire calendar, right? After that, we're going to talk about, adding your personal tasks. Okay. This is something that's super important. I meet with parents all the time. They tell me their most important, thing in the world is their kid, and their kid has zero real estate on their calendar. We need to make sure we're putting it in there. If they're the most important thing, you're going to spend time with them. So it needs to be blocked in your calendar, not necessarily their task or, that's the only time you can spend with them, but make sure you're getting it in, because I'm telling you right now, with 3 daughters, as they get older, they're going a million different directions, and it's easy just to be the bus driver and not really have that connection, which is what the country especially needs right now, is connection with their parents and their kids. And so that's super important. Then we put our business tasks, right? Obviously, you're in business. You want to make money to support that family. Let's put your business tasks on there, and let's make sure. I will tell you that client availability needs to be pretty massive blocks on there. But here's the secret. When you have client availability and you get ahead of the game and you're not so reactive, you can be like, hey, Abby, we can see houses on Saturday from 10 to 12 or Monday from 2 to 3. What works best for you? Right? So you can start to utilize this, and they do have appointments in your calendar because you've put them there. And so then you're kind of framing the calendar, you're framing your time, and that's our most valuable asset, which we also don't protect very well, especially as real estate agents. So again, we can dive deeper into the calendar thing, but I think that's the most important part of my day, is having the calendar, right? Another thing that I put in my calendar is, hey, I'm going to have half an hour each day on under contract transactions, right? That's when I really dive in. Sure, something comes up, deadline's approaching, whatever. But if I put the 30 minutes a day and I get ahead of those deadlines, then there's no fire drills, right? I'm saying, okay, what's this need? And then boom, that's great. And then at the end of the day, when I'm dialing it down, I can say, oh, that email came in, I got to respond to that real quick. Boom. And you're just doing that, but that's my focus time. Oh, active clients, like let's start looking for some homes. Let's get some feedback on the listing. So I block those into my day, and then all of a sudden it's not as reactive, right? Sure, things come up, but it's a lot less. If we're, 8 a.m., we're reaching out to all of our active buyers and saying, hey, how's it going? Anything else come up? Hey, I saw this one in my research. What do you think? And if we're getting ahead of it and we're blocking out time of those daily things that we need to income produce, then we're going to be much better off. And time blocking kind of has a bad name, but if we're time blocking for in that, okay, this is exactly, this population needs help during this time, they need my attention. Boom. Okay, I need a content batch on Fridays, 9 to 12. Boom. Hey, Jeremy, can we see a house on Friday at 9? No. How about at 12? Okay, cool. So you start to frame yourself, and then at the end of the day, you're able to just look at it. You look at your next day, you see what you got coming, close the door, go to that family time, go to that, softball game, whatever you have in that, for your personal time, and you're good to go. And then get to bed on time. I go to bed between 9 and 10 typically when things are going well, and that serves me. So a lot of people ask me, Jeremy, when do you sleep? I do sleep. I sleep approximately 8 to 10 hours a night, actually. And I still am able to get everything done because I'm so regimented. But it all starts in that morning ritual. If I can't show up like I am for, everyone else, nothing happens well. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please reach out. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the show, and I'd be happy to chat with you.